Welcome on in, everybody. The first Thirsty Thursday of the season, and the Sod Poodles are certainly thirsty for their first home win of the year. They come into this one 1-4 to face off against the 4-1 Springfield Cardinals. I'm Zach Goodman. Thank you so much for joining us here on 102.9 The Panhandle Sports Star. Let's get right into it. Dylan Ray is on the mound for Amarillo, making his home for debut of the 2025 season. He started game number 1 for Amarillo in Springfield. Let's get quickly to our prestigious Pools opponents lineup. Chase Davis leads off. He'll be the DH today, and man, has he been on a tear in this series. 13 total bases. He's 5 for 9 with 2 homers, 6 RBIs, and 2 doubles. Jeremy Rivas bats second. He's at short. He's 5 for 11 with a home run and 6 RBIs in this season. Not on the season. Leonardo Bernal will do the catching, the switch hitter. R.J. Yeager is going to bat fourth and be at first base. Dakota Harris at the hot corner batting fifth. Noah Mendlater out in right field batting sixth. Jacob Bushberger, an excellent catch in left field yesterday. He's there again batting seventh. Ramon Mendoza is the second baseman in this one batting eighth. And Darlin Moquete is the center fielder. Amarillo wearing white pants, their Soddy blue jerseys with navy caps, gold script saying Soddies across the front, and gold numbering on the back. Springfield in gray pants, red jerseys, white lettering, navy caps with the red brim, with the Cardinals with the birds on the bat on top of it. Just about ready for first pitch here in game number 3 at Hodgetown this year. Ray's ready. The first pitch to Davis is swung on and fouled off. A Country Chevrolet foul ball. 7:07 is the time of the first pitch. It's 74 degrees here in Amarillo. That's your toot and totem time in temp and your cacique first pitch. 0-1 now on Davis, the pitch, and that one misses down and in. Again, Chase Davis, the number 10 prospect in the Cardinals organization. 5 for 9 in the series. He has a pair of home runs. Those both came in Tuesday's game. He also has 2 doubles, 6 RBIs. He's batting .400 on the young season. 1-1 pitch. He bounces this foul. Dylan Ray, fastball, cutter, slider, curveball, and changeup. That slider is his best pitch. It's his go-to, and we'll see if he wants to go to it here with 2 strikes. Dylan Ray, 2-5 with a 5.22 ERA a year ago. But if you remember, he was dealing with a forearm flexor strain at the start of the season. 1-2 pitch on the ground down the third base line. It beats the shift. That's the second time Chase Davis has done that in this series. A leadoff single for the Cardinals. Jeremy Rivas will come to the plate, batting .400 on the year. He is tied for the team lead with Chase Davis with 2 home runs as well. He leads the team with 8 RBIs. He'll dig into the right-handed batter's box. Infield will play him to pull. Shadows cover the first baseman, the shortstop, and the third baseman, but where Tommy Troy's playing at second, he's still out in the sun. So are all the outfielders. Wind blowing in from left field today. First pitch to Rivas. Swings and misses. Fastball up in the zone at 94. That's about where Dylan Ray will live with his fastball. The 94 to 95 range. 0-1 to Rivas. That one will miss down. It's 1-1. Rivas, 22 years old, from Venezuela. The first 3 hitters in this Cardinals order are all having terrific starts to the season. Raising the stretch, ready for the 1-1. Set at the belt, the pitch. That misses low and away. Boyd popped towards first base, but didn't end up throwing it. It's 2-1. Chase Davis is batting .400 on the year, and now it's gone up after he got that hit right there. Jeremy Rivas also batting .400 on the young season. And then Leonardo Bernal, who's batting third, batting .545 so far. Ridiculous. 2-1 pitch. That's up and in, 3-1. Ray, in his first outing, took the loss against San Antonio on opening day last Friday. Went 3 1/3, gave up 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them were earned. Struck out 4 and walked just 1. Here's his 3-1 pitch. That's a strike. The 93-mile-an-hour fastball right down the pipe. We'll see if Chase Davis wants to take off here. He does have above-average speed. Has played center field in the first 2 games of this series. 3-2. Here's the pitch to Rivas. Davis is going with the pitch, got a great jump. It's ball 4 anyways. So the first 2 batters of the game have reached for Springfield. They've taken the early lead in each of the first 2 games of this series, and now they're threatening early on. No J.J. Weatherholtz in this game, the top prospect for the Cardinals. But Leonardo Bernal, another top prospect, number 7 in the organization, comes up to the plate now, the switch-hitting catcher. After this first pitch, we'll get to our High Plains Chiropractic defensive alignment. Ray's ready. Infield playing to pull the pitch. That's above the zone. It's 1-0. From left to right in the outfield, Jack Hurley, Gavin Conicello, and Christian Robinson. Conicello's getting about 1 start a week out in center field. Want to make sure that he plays in right and center. He's got a big arm, so it's good to see him doing that. 1-0 pitch from Ray. That's inside 2-0. Up the middle, Andy Weber at short, Tommy Troy at second base. That's been the same every game so far this year. Jose Fernandez moves from first base to third base in this one. Caleb Roberts will play at first. Jeremiah Boyd behind the plate for Amarillo, and then, of course, Dylan Ray on the mound. 2-0 count, top of the first inning. Runners at first and second with nobody out. The pitch, that misses outside, 3-0 now, and Ray has struggled to find the zone early. Amarillo gave up 16 runs in game number 1, 10 in game number 2 of this homestand, trying to get back into the win column. Pitch, fly ball, and he got bailed out of a 3-0 count. Conicello and Hurley range over. It's in the left center field gap, and Hurley drops it. The throw is going to go into third base, and that's going to go down as an E7. This is really uncharacteristic from Jack Hurley. The bases are loaded with nobody out. A 3-0 pitch, and Bernal swung at it and appeared to bail out Dylan Ray after falling behind 3-0, but Hurley camped under it, just had it go off the thumb of his glove again. That's the second time in 2 nights for a guy who really is terrific in the field, just maybe in his head a little bit right now. Certainly not something you see very often from him in left. First pitch now to R.J. Yeager is going to miss over his head, ball 1. Nobody out, bases loaded for the Cardinals here in the top of the first. They have already taken the first 2 games in this series, and it looks like they might be off to a hot start here. Dylan Ray will have to work out of trouble. Working out of the stretch, the 1-0 pitch, and Yeager fouls it off. Yeager, 1 for 11 in this series. He's been one of the only guys in this Cardinals lineup who hasn't had a great series. He's batting 133 on the year with an RBI. Despite being 1 for 11, he has managed to score 3 times so far in this series. The 1-1 pitch to the righty. That's in the dirt. Good block from Boyd. That bounced in front of the plate, and he smothered it. So it's 2-1 now. Yeager played his college ball at Mississippi State. And he transferred to Mercer. That's where he was picked up from the Cardinals by. 2-1 pitch, a fastball outside. Now it's 3-1. Bases loaded, nobody out in the top of the first inning. Wind blowing in from center field. Maybe more left center field. That's how it was early in the game yesterday before the wind really died down. 3-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 3-2. Good challenge fastball there from Dylan Ray. Had to be in the zone, and it was. Can imagine with the bases loaded and nobody out, just blew a fastball by Yeager. Probably going to go right back to it. He's gazing in for the sign from Jeremiah Boyd. After a shake, he comes set. At the belt, here's the pitch. Fouled away. Country Chevrolet foul ball. 94 at the bottom of the zone. Yeager stays alive. Chase Davis at third base. Jeremy Rivas at second. Leonardo Bernal, the catcher, at first. So good speed at both second and third. And then Bernal, the catcher, well, he runs like a catcher. 3-2 pitch. In the air towards center field. Conicello and Robinson are coming together. Robinson's going to be the one who makes the grab. He throws towards the plate, and that's going to prevent the run from scoring. The throw gets all the way to the backstop. Dylan Ray was backing up. Chase Davis faked as if he was going to go to the plate, ended up holding up. Great job by Christian Robinson and by Dylan Ray as well, and there's one away. It'll be a F9 in the books, and now the third baseman, Dakota Harris, will come to the plate. He's 3 for 10 in the series with a home run. He's also batting .400 on the year. He's one of 4 guys on this Springfield Cardinals team that comes into this game with a .400 or better average. In the right-handed batter's box, the first pitch to him. That's in the dirt, blocked by Boyd. Dylan Ray last year had a forearm flexor strain, and this was after he had Tommy John surgery in college. So at the start of last year, didn't pitch initially, and then when he did come back in May, he was throwing 1 inning, and then his next outing he went up to 2 innings and slowly worked his way up. 1-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike, 1-1 at 93. Slowly worked his way up back into a normal rotation setting for him. And at the end of the year, once he found his groove, he was excellent, excluding his last start against Frisco, which he struggled in here at Hodgetown. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed, got the fastball by Harris. In his 7 games before the end of the year, a 3.38 ERA, 37 in the third innings pitched. He struck out 40 batters during that stretch, and it was good to see him get his innings up as well. He's got Harris 1-2, bases loaded, 1 out in the top of the first, no score. The pitch. Harris smokes this foul down the first baseline. He was late. 94 miles an hour from Ray. He got in on the hands. It was a good pitch. Harris stays alive, though. One and two. Swung on and missed. Dylan Ray picks up his first strikeout of the night, and it's a big one. The bases were loaded with nobody out, and now there's 2 outs, and still nobody has scored. That strikeout brought to you, as always, from Optimum. Noah Mendlinger comes to the plate, the right fielder, 2 for 8 in this series. He has walked 3 times. Jose Cabrera, who commanded the ball really well yesterday, walked just 2 batters. It was Noah Mendlinger both times. He's worked the count. Left-handed batter played to pull. The pitch to him. He'll foul this fastball back at the top of the zone. It's 0-1. Dylan allowed a leadoff single to Chase Davis. Got in on the hands of him, but he beat the shift down the third baseline. Then Jeremy Rivas walked. Leonardo Bernal reached on a drop fly ball by Jack Hurley. The bases were loaded with nobody out. Time called, and the third base umpire, Drew Bofelli, is going to have a conversation with Dylan Ray. I think he probably went to his mouth and didn't wipe off before he went to the ball, so they make him exchange that baseball, throw it into the dugout, and get a new one. Anytime you go to your mouth, you have to wipe off before you touch the baseball. 0-1 to Mendlinger. The pitch. In there for a strike, 0-2. The bases were loaded with nobody out. Now there's 2 outs, an 0-2 count. Still nobody scored. An excellent opportunity for Dylan Ray to get out of a dangerous situation. Mendlinger calls time at the plate. Oh, 2 count with 2 outs. Ray's ready. Kicks and deals. Line drive, base hit up the middle. 2 runs are going to score. Bernal is heading towards third base. The throw goes there. It's not going to get him. A 2 RBI single and an 0-2 count from Noah Mendlinger. And for the 3rd consecutive game, the Cardinals strike first. This Cardinals offense has been relentless so far in this series. And when the Sod Poodles have given them extra outs, they've certainly taken advantage of it. Amarillo has made multiple errors in 3 of their 5 games, and it's really hurt them in these close affairs. They have an error already in the first inning, and this is a team that has a lot of really good defensive players, so it's really unlike them. They'll certainly eventually get it figured out. Jacob Bushberger at the plate. The first pitch to the right-handed hitter is going to miss. It's 1-0. Runners at first and third with 2 outs, 2-0 in the top of the first. 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed. Fastball that was on the inside corner, and Bushberger could not catch up. No reason to go away from that one. Well-located pitch from Ray on the inside. They're going to go right back to it. The pitch. That one a little bit farther inside. Bushberger had to turn his back to get away from it. 2-1. Davis and Rivas already scored in the inning. Bernal at third base. A 2-run single from Noah Mendlinger. He's at first with 2 outs here. The 2-1 pitch. Off with the pitch is Mendlinger. Not even trying to throw is Boyd. It was a huge jump. He just tried to frame the pitch, so it'll be a stolen base for Mendlinger. That's his first of the season. So runners at second and third now with 2 outs. A 3-1 count to Bushberger. The pitch. That's inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded again. Ramon Mendoza will come to the plate now. Jeremiah Boyd will walk a new baseball out to Dylan Ray, give him a pat on the butt, and walk out to the mound with him. And now, with Boyd going out there, Gabby Hernandez, the pitching coach for the Sod Poodles, decided he wanted to come out as well. So everybody will meet on the mound. 2-0 in the top of the first inning. Amarillo trailing in this one. A leadoff single, a walk, an error loaded up the bases with nobody out. A fly out and a strikeout gave Ray an opportunity to get out of it unharmed, but an 0-2 count. Noah Mendlinger hit a seed up the middle for a 2-run RBI, or rather 2 RBI single. Jacob Bushberger just worked a walk, so the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Ramon Mendoza comes to the plate, was 2 for 4 yesterday with the triple. First pitch to him. Misses down and away with the fastball. Again, Bernal at third, Mendlinger with good speed at second base, and Bushberger, the left fielder, at first. Infield plays the right-handed hitter, Mendoza, to pull the pitch. The 1-0's in there, it's 1-1. Outfield plays deep. Robinson and Conicello continue to use their hand and the brim of their hats to block out the sun. It's going to be an issue for the first inning. 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed. Good fastball from Dylan Ray. 1-2. So again, Dylan a strike away from putting a close on this inning. He's working off the first base side of the rubber. Even with the bases loaded, he opts to go out of the stretch. Looking in for the sign, and he's got it. Ready for the 1-2. Here's the pitch, popped up, foul territory. We'll see if they have a play. Roberts goes to the railing of the Cardinals dugout, but it's going to land on top of the dugout. And so we'll try another 1-2 pitch. Mendoza from Baja California, Mexico, batting .333 on the year with a pair of RBIs. The 1-2 pitch to him. That misses outside. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wind now gusting in from center field. A lot of fans sitting in the shade down the third base line. 2-2 pitch. Driven in the air to center field, but way up there. Robinson is calling off Conicello. In the gap, he makes the catch for the final out of the inning. Amarillo gives up a pair of runs in the top of the first inning. They'll look to bounce back here against Ixan Henderson, the starting pitcher for the Springfield Cardinals. The HTO starting lineup for the Sod Poodles. Andy Weber leads off. Tommy Troy will bat second. Gavin Conicello in the 3 spot. 4 through 6 goes Lou James Groover, Christian Robinson, and Jack Hurley. The final third goes Jose Fernandez, Caleb Roberts, and then Jeremiah Boyd. First pitch to Andy Weber, left on left matchup. It's in there for a strike at 93 from Henderson. Henderson a year ago, a couple levels for him. Pitched at A-ball and high A. Went 8-4 with a 2.34 ERA. He was excellent. 0-1 pitch, a fastball in there as well, this time at 94. And quickly 0-2 on Andy Weber. Andy batting .217 with a home run and 4 RBIs. On the series, he's 3 for 10 with a home run. That home run went to dead central, just to the left of the batter's eye. The 0-2 pitch. That's a slider in the dirt. So 1-2 now. Infield plays to Bull, the pitch from Henderson. He gets the strikeout there. A fastball at the top of the zone. Gets by Weber, and the first batter goes down on strikes. Take a look at the defensive alignment for the Cardinals after this first pitch to Tommy Troy. The first pitch to him is in there. Oh, no, rather outside. Always tough to tell from this angle. The catcher didn't move his glove. Left to right in the outfield, Buschberger, Machete, and Mendlinger. 1-0 pitch. That one misses away as well. It's 2-0. Up the middle, Rivas and Mendoza. On the corners, Harris and Yeager. And then Bernal is behind the plate. The 2-0 pitch to Tommy. Fastball above the zone, and it's 3-0 on Troy. Would be nice to get his speed on base. He's already been on base 7 times in this series, had a 3-hit game yesterday, including his first AA home run. 3-0 pitch, he's taken, and it's ball 4 inside. So a 4-pitch walk to Tommy Troy, and the Sod Poodles have their first base runner. Gavin Conicello will come to the plate. The arsenal for Ixan Henderson: 4-seam fastball, changeup, cutter, slider, and curveball. It's the exact same arsenal as Dylan Ray. First pitch to Conicello, a big curveball there that swung through. It's been a brutal week for the left-handed hitters for Amarillo because the Springfield Cardinals, out of their 5-man rotation, have 4 lefties. The 0-1 pitch, in there for a strike. Rather 3 lefties, excuse me. But in this series, because they play 6 times and Pete Hansen pitched on Tuesday, the lefty will pitch again on Sunday. But so far in this series, all 3 starting pitchers for the Cardinals have been left-handed. 0-2 on Conicello. 2-0 scored here in the bottom of the first, 1 out. Runner on first base is Tommy Troy. Long pause here from Henderson. Multiple looks. The 0-2 pitch is outside. It's 1-2. Ixan played his college ball at Fresno State. He's also from Fresno, California. He's ready for the 1-2. He's set up near his chest. The pitch swings and misses from Conicello. And the second out of the inning is also the second strikeout of the game for Ixan Henderson. Lou James Groover will come to the plate now with 2 outs and a runner on first. Ixan Henderson, though, has some connections to the Sod Poodles. Roman Angelo, who started game number 1 for Amarillo, who'll start again on Sunday. They were college roommates at Fresno State, and they're still best of friends. The first pitch to Lou James. That one misses down. Roman wanted me to tell his parents, who he said will certainly be watching, hello. So Mr. and Mrs. Henderson, Roman says hello to you guys. 1-0 pitch, but before that, they'll check over to first base. Easily getting back is Tommy Troy. Roman said they're still best friends and that Ixan is quite the card shark, really good at poker. Hopefully he's dealt a losing hand today. The 1-0 pitch, that misses downstairs. It's 2-0. Again, a year ago, Ixan Henderson threw a pair of levels 8 and 4 with a 2.34 ERA. In 104 innings, he struck out 105 batters, so almost exactly one an inning. A great year for him. The 2-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike at 85. Groover wearing a red elbow guard, red hand guard, and a red leg guard, as he always does with his red bat. The 2-1 pitch, swinging a ground ball towards second base, fielded on a couple hops by Mendoza. He'll flip it over to first base for the final out of the inning. Amarillo gets a base runner in the first, but can't convert any runs. (9-1-2) due up for the Springfield Cardinals in the top of the second inning. They lead 2-0 here in game number 3 of the homestand. Darlin Makate will lead off. He's playing center field, had the day off yesterday. The right-handed hitter, the first pitch to him is in there for a strike from Dylan Ray. It's 0-1. In the first, the bases were loaded with nobody out. The next two batters flew out and a strikeout. Ray almost got out of it, but an 0-2 single from Mendlinger has the score at 2-0. The 0-1 pitch popped up on the infield, a couple steps away from the infield grass. Tommy Troy makes the catch for the first out of the inning. Good job getting in on the hands there by Dylan Ray. And so Chase Davis will come up again, and man, is he dangerous. In the series, he's 6 for 10. 14 total bases. He has 2 home runs, 2 doubles, and 6 RBIs. Batting .429 so far this season. 9 hits and 21 at-bats. The first pitch to the lefty. He grounds this towards first base. First chance for Caleb Roberts over there. He picks it cleanly, takes it to the bag himself for the second out of the inning. Roberts over at first base, and we haven't seen a lot of that. Last year did a lot of catching, DHing, and in most of his career spent a lot of time in the outfield, really sparingly at first base, but he's there today. Jose Fernandez, who has played first base every game so far this season, was initially signed as a shortstop. He's over at third today. Jeremy Rivas at the plate, walked and scored in his first at-bat. The first pitch to him is in there for a strike. Cutter there from Dylan Ray. Jeremiah Boyd shakes his head a couple times. Ray shakes 3 times. Here's the pitch. Goes to the slider. It's just above the zone, 1-1. 2-0 in the top of the second. Springfield on top of Amarillo. Springfield took the first 2 games of this series. 1-1 pitch. That slider's way outside. Bounces in the left-handed batter's box. It's 2-1. Dylan Ray, a big presence on the mound. 6'3", 230 pounds. 2-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Beautiful day at the ballpark. Just around room temperature, not a cloud in the sky. Here's the pitch. Line drive down the third base line, out of the reach of Fernandez. It'll go all the way into the corner. Jeremy Rivas rounds first. He'll dig into second base with a stand-up double. 6 for 12 now on the series for Jeremy Rivas. He is on fire. The top of this order can really hit. Now Leonardo Bernal comes up to the plate. He's 3 for 5 in the series with the double. Runner on second base with 2 outs. In his first at bat, Bernal hit a fly ball to left field that Hurley couldn't corral. First pitch to the switch hitting catcher against the righty Ray. He bats from the left side. Swings and misses at the first pitch fastball. Bernal is fairly aggressive at the plate, doesn't expand his zone too much, but when the pitch is in the zone, he is very often swinging. Doesn't take a lot of strikes. The 0-1 pitch to him. That's inside. 1-1. He's the number 7 prospect in the Cardinals organization, signed as an international free agent out of Panama back in 2021. $680,000 is what the Cardinals signed him for. 1-1 pitch. That's inside. 2-1. Bernal simply because switch hitters, and this is the case with a lot of switch hitters, you get so many more at-bats from the left side because you're more than often facing right-handed pitching that you tend to have better splits from that side. That's the case for him as well. 2-1 pitch, a fastball in there for a strike. It's 2-2. So runner at second base, 2-0 Springfield in the top of the second inning. Rivas has good speed. And Bernal's at the plate in a 2-2 count. The 3-hole hitting catcher. Ray's ready. Checks to second base. Here's the pitch. Line drive into the left center field gap. Going to be a long run for anybody to get there, but Hurley does. Catches it as he falls to the ground for the third out of the inning. And Amarillo puts up its first 0 of the game. We'll head to the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-0. 5, 6, 7 due up in the lineup for Amarillo here in the bottom of the second inning. They trailed 2-0 to the Springfield Cardinals. They struck for 2 in the top of the first. A scoreless inning by Dylan Ray in the top of the second has us here. Christian Robinson will lead off the inning for Amarillo. The right fielder went deep for the first time in the 2025 campaign last night. 106 off the bat, over 400 feet to left center field. The first pitch to him is going to miss outside at 92. Ixan Henderson on the mound, the left-handed pitcher. Attended Clovis West High School in Fresno, California. 1-0 pitch. That misses inside, 2-0. His junior year struggled actually a little bit. 1-5 with a 6.34 ERA. Hitters batted .333 against him. It was the exact opposite his senior year. 2-0 pitch. In there for a strike, 2-1. His senior year, absolute domination. A 1.05 ERA. Hitters only batted .090 against him. 2-1 pitch. This is pulled foul, 2-2. Country Chevrolet foul ball from Christian Robinson. Not only did he have that great ERA, he also batted .348 for him. So a really nice senior year for him before he went to Fresno State. Both his sophomore and junior year, he led Fresno State in strikeouts. He had 98 his sophomore year and 100 his junior year. The 2-2 pitch misses outside. Not only did he leave Fresno State, but he led the entire Mountain West Conference both of those years. He was a first-team selection his junior year. That year, he made 15 starts, went 4-4 with a 3.74 ERA. 3-2 pitch. Fouled off by Robinson. Made his best start that season against a ranked UCSB team. Went 7 innings, striking out 8 hitters. Only allowed 3 hits. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Fouled off again by K-Rob. Christian did this last night as well. Worked a lot of deep counts, and he's known for doing that. Really selective early in counts. Won't expand his zone much. That leads to his high walk rate, but also puts him in some backwards counts sometimes. 3-2 pitch, winds and fires. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Perfect pitch from Henderson, and he picks up his 3rd strikeout of the game. So with 1 out, Jack Hurley will come to the plate. Another left-on-left matchup for him. Last night, Hurley had a pair of hits. He went 2 for 5, singled and doubled, scored a run. First pitch to him. In there for a strike, painting the outside corner was Henderson at 94. He works from an abbreviated windup. His left foot on the far third base side of the rubber, his right foot in front of it at a 45-degree angle. He steps back and then throws it in the zone, but it's dropped by the catcher Bernal, and he's not going to get the call. It's 1-1. Looked to be a strike, but Bernal couldn't handle it. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Fastball at the knees. Hurley standing right in the middle of the batter's box. The 1-2 pitch swings and misses. A good slider from Henderson. He's already picked up 4 strikeouts in the first 6 batters that he has faced. That's a really nice slider. Started on the inside corner and had it fly out of the zone and away and low. The perfect two-strike pitch. Jose Fernandez comes up to the plate. The first pitch to the tall righty is in there for a strike. 0-1. Fernandez has played first base in all 5 of the Sod Poodles games so far this year. Tonight's the 6th one. He's playing third base. 0-1 pitch. Line drive up the middle, base hit. The first hit of the game for Amarillo comes with 2 outs in the bottom of the second, and Jose Fernandez continues to swing a hot bat here on this homestand. He's starting to find a groove, and there's speed on the base paths with 2 away, and Caleb Roberts coming to the plate. Roberts, a slow start, batting 167 so far in the year. Just missed hitting a home run yesterday. He's 1 for 8 in the series with the double. Infield plays him to pole, the first pitch to him. Hit in the air to deep right field. It's going to send Mendlinger back to the track. He's going to have room to make the play on the warning track. So again, Caleb Roberts just missed hitting a home run. Top of the 3rd inning, Amarillo trailing 2-0 to Springfield. Dylan Ray on the mound. He'll have 4, 5, 6 due up in the order for the Springfield Cardinals. R.J. Yeager, Toda Harris, and Noah Mendlinger coming up. The first pitch now to R.J. Yeager, the right-handed hitter. He's going to scorch this on the ground under the glove of the diving Jose Fernandez all the way into the corner. Not being able to cut it off was Hurley, and it'll be a leadoff double on the first pitch. And Dakota Harris will come out now with nobody out and a runner on second base. Joined in the booth in the top of the 3rd inning by Brian George with Texas Blue Lake Pools. If you're going to bring this much offense with you, 1 pitch and a double, we're going to need you to have to stay on for the bottom of the inning so that the Sod Poodles can get some of this offense too, Brian.
Right.
But the season, it's coming into summer. That's prime pool season. I know that's what you guys do. Can you just tell me a little bit about the services that you guys provide at Texas Blue Lake Pools?
Yes. We're of course an in-ground pool builder. We sell above-ground pools and spas. We've got year-round pool service, pool cleanings, and of course we have a retail store with chemicals, equipment, parts, really anything you need.
First pitch missed to Dakota Harris. It's 1-0. Ray is set. Here's the pitch. That one misses outside, 2-0. What makes you guys unique there at Texas Blue Lake Pools for your customers?
Well, I mean, we've been in business. This is our 70th year anniversary, actually. So we've been in Amarillo the longest of any pool company. On our staff, we have over 100 years of combined experience and knowledge in the pool industry, and spa industry, of course. You know, and it's just those type of things. We want to take care of our customers. A lot of community outreach, events, and things like that. We love this community, and we're happy to be a part of it.
3-0 pitch is going to miss outside. It's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Dakota Harris. So the first 2 base runners, or batters rather, will turn into base runners at first and second now. Noah Mendlinger comes to the plate. He had a 2-run single in his first at bat. Brian, you mentioned that you guys are celebrating your 70th anniversary this year.
Sure.
With that, do you guys have any new or exciting products coming out?
Probably the coolest product we have out this year is our BeatBot robotic pool cleaners. They're battery powered, so they're completely cordless. One issue we've had in the past with cleaners is cords on them. So those are really neat. They're app driven. They can show you on your phone, you know, the track that they took in your pool, so they can do any shape, any size. It's a really cool cleaner.
It certainly does, and it sounds like it makes it much easier on the person who owns the pool to clean it out.
For sure.
1-0 on Mendlinger. The first pitch missed up and away. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. So 6 straight balls now thrown by Dylan Ray. It's 2-0. Do you guys have any upcoming specials you want to tell the people about?
We do. We actually have a current special going right now that is our Dough for Doughboy promotion, which Doughboy is one of our above-ground pool manufacturers, and that we're running a promo now with them, partner with them. That's $750 off of the swimming pool kit. That's any size in a Doughboy swimming pool package. And we've got installers ready to get them installed.
Line drive caught by Roberts. It's going to be a double play. What a huge break for the Sod Poodles. A sharply hit line drive right at Caleb Roberts. They double up Harris at first base. Didn't mean to cut you off there, Brian, but that's a good thing there.
Great play.
Yeah, a great play by Roberts. He's been good so far at first base in his debut there this season. It's going to be a line drive out to first base, and then he stepped on the bag, and Jacob Buschberger will come up with a runner on second base and 2 outs. Expand a little bit for us. I know it's the 70th anniversary, but you also said over 100 years of experience for you guys in this business. Pitched in the dirt, blocked by Boyd.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, I mean, the president of our company she's third generation owner of the company. Her grandfather started the company in 1955. And her dad ran the company for a long time, and she's actually been with the company since 1982. So she has over 40 years experience just on her own. And then, of course, our construction manager has nearly 20
Fly
years
ball,
experience.
deep left center field. Conicello's at the track, and it's gone. Looked like he might have a play on that one, but it sneaks over the fence. Jacob Buschberger leaves the yard for the first time this season. It's 4-0. Well, Brian, like I said, you're bringing a little bit of the offense. We might need you to stick around. That ball was hit well, the wind blowing in from left center. Conicello was at the wall looking up. It looked like he might have a play, but it just barely got over the ribbon up there. And now Mendoza will come to the plate. But as you mentioned, third generation in the family. Seems like you guys are really rooted in this Amarillo community.
Oh, you bet. Yeah, I mean, it's, her family is from this area. My family is from this area, and we love being here and love taking care of our customers in the Amarillo community.
Pitch to Mendoza's in there for a strike, 0-1. You guys debuted a year ago. Your guys' new mascot, Joy, she was in the background of our interview of the pregame show. 0-1 pitch, and that misses outside. What was the idea of Joy when that was come up with?
Well, that was really a creation of the president of our company, Shannon. She has a long history. She and her dad both have been real patrons in our community for a long time individually, and she really wanted to find a way to bring that into the business where the company is doing more of those things. And it just kind of happened that she was at another event and saw another company had a mascot that was a water drop, and we have a beach ball in our mascot or in our logo, and she was like, I want that as a mascot.
9-1-2 due up for the Sod Poodles in the bottom of the third inning. They trail 4-0 in this one. They fell behind 4-0 in last night's game as well before scoring 6 in the bottom of the fourth. Let's see if they can start cutting into that lead a little earlier today. Ixan Henderson on the mound. The first pitch to Jeremiah Boyd is in there for a strike at 93. Boyd so far this season making his second start. His first start came back in San Antonio on Saturday. The 0-1 pitch to him. Fastball above the zone, 1-1. He went 0 for 3 in that game, had a walk, so looking for his first double-A hit. Here's the 1-1 pitch to him. On the ground, so softly hit towards second base, fielded by Mendoza, and he'll get the catcher running down the baseline for the first out of the inning. So nothing going so far for Amarillo the first time through the order, and Andy Weber will come up to the plate for the second time. And with so many lefties in this Amarillo order, trying to work counts and get Henderson out will be key. Getting to the bullpen. That's where the Sod Poodles have had most of their success in this series. First pitch to Andy, in there for a strike. He struck out swinging his first at bat. The 0-1 pitch, and Andy was on that one. Got a hanging slider and fouled it straight back. Hits the dirt off his cleats before resetting. He's going to have to go to work now in an 0-2 count. 4-0 in the bottom of the third inning. 0-2 count, 1 out for Andy Weber, the 27-year-old. Against the 23-year-old Henderson. The pitch, that's inside. Almost got the elbow guard of Weber. He does the right thing there and just drops his elbow while turning away, and Sometimes you can get away with the cheap hit by pitch and get on base. 1-2 pitch, fastball goes right by Weber. It's the 5th strikeout of the game for Henderson. Through the first 10 hitters, he's really dicing. That'll bring up Tommy Troy. Tommy walked on 4 pitches his first at bat. That's really the only guy that Henderson has worked behind so far. 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the first pitch to Tommy. Bounced it, slowly hit towards 3rd. Have to hustle for Harris. The throw is going to go up the line. It's going to be a single for Troy. He's going to get to second base on the throwing error from Harris. Softly hit towards 3rd base. Harris really had to hustle with the good runner in Tommy Troy, and he pulled the throw up the first baseline. He juggled with the ball a little bit during his transfer, and then he just rushed the throw after that. So the Sod Poodles have a runner in scoring position now with 2 outs. Here comes Gavin Conicello. He struck out swinging his first at bat, a nasty slider from Henderson. Couple looks towards second. Here's the pitch. That misses down. Got to take advantage of defensive miscues. We'll see if Conicello can come through here. 1-0 pitch. Bounced up the middle. It's going to be fielded by the second baseman, Mendoza. He'll flip it over to first base for the 3rd out of the inning. Well, Dylan Ray's day is done after 3 innings here. The Sod Poodles trailing 4-0 as we head to the top of the 4th inning. We'll have our first Rosa's Cafe and Tortilla Factory call to the bullpen. It's Cesar Gomez, the right-handed pitcher for Amarillo, coming in. He'll have Darlin Macate to face. The first pitch bounced 1 high hop to Caleb Roberts. He fields it and takes it over to the bag himself. He's looked really solid over there at first base, the first time he's played there this season. Final line on Dylan Ray. In this one, 3 innings pitched, he gave up 5 hits, 4 runs. Only 2 of those runs were earned. Walked 3 batters and struck out 1. The first pitch now to Chase Davis is going to miss inside. Gomez with a mid-90s fastball, but his best pitch is a nasty, nasty slider. He's gone 2 1/3 innings so far this year, hasn't given up a run. The 1-0 pitch to Davis misses downstairs. His only outing this year came on Sunday against San Antonio. 2 scoreless innings, 2 strikeouts. 2-0 pitch. Really late on that was Davis. It's almost as if he was looking for something else. Usually 2-0, you're looking for that fastball. He got it, but it was a late decision to swing. 2-1 on Davis. He's 1 for 2 in this one. Singled and scored back in the first inning. 2-1 pitch. It's bounced off of his foot. Two count. Here's the pitch to Davis. Checked his swing. Did he go around? They'll appeal to third, but Drew Buffelli doesn't think the barrel got through the zone. Calls it safe. 97 there from Gomez. Fastball, cutter, slider for him, and Davis did hold up on that one. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Line drive towards short, and it's going to eat up Andy Weber. That's a tough play. It was really hard hit. It'll go into center field. We'll see how that's ruled. It's a base hit. That's a really tough play for Andy. A line drive 1 hopper, and it's an in-between hop. So you want either a short hop as a fielder or a long hop where you can take a step back and field it and read the hop. And a short hop, you practice those all the time. You can pick it. That's in between. That's a really, really tough play. So a runner on first base with 1 out, and Jeremy Rivas will come to the plate. He's 1 for 1, has reached base both times. He doubled his last at bat. First pitch swinging, he flies this over us here in the booth. It's 0-1, Country Chevrolet foul ball. And for our Yellow House Machinery Down on the Farm report, multi-hit madness, a quintet of Amarillo hitters recorded multi-hit nights yesterday. Andy Weber, Lou James Groover, Jack Hurley, Christian Robinson, and Tommy Troy were the 5. Led to 9 Amarillo runs. 0-1 pitch, sharply hit on the ground towards Weber. He flips to second, an easy double play for the Sod Poodles. Good top of the 4th inning for Cesar Gomez. Got a double play ball to end it. It's 4-0. The Cardinals out in front of the Sod Poodles through 3.5 innings. Lou James Groover, Christian Robinson, and Jack Hurley due up to face Ixan Henderson. Ixan has been terrific so far. 3 scoreless innings, giving up just 2 hits. He's got 5 strikeouts. The first pitch to Groover. He'll swing and miss. Groover bounced out to second his first at bat. Big curveball there from Henderson, who was drafted in the 8th round back in 2023. The 0-1 pitch. That's below the zone. Kaz Cousins, the umpire behind the plate today, has had a noticeably tighter zone than his counterparts in Chad Patterson and Drew Bofelli so far in this series. 1-1 pitch, and Groover will bounce this foul. Country Chevrolet foul ball. In the top of the 5th inning, we'll have our match score standings updates for you. One and 2 on Groover. Henderson winds and fires. Line drive down the first base line, and this one will get into the netting. Groover stays alive on that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Henderson has just been pounding the zone at 45 pitches so far. Has 5 strikeouts in a scoreless appearance to this point. 1-2 again to Groover. Line drive up the middle, base hit. It's going to get into the gap, cut off by the center fielder Munkate, but heading for second is Groover. He's going to get there safely. 3rd consecutive game with a double for Lou James Groover. A 6-game hit streak to start the year. And Amarillo's in business early on in the bottom of the 4th. A Cacique double. That was just to the left of second base. The center fielder Motate was playing shaded towards the right center field gap. He was able to cut off the ball before it got to the wall, but Groover strided into second base with the double. Christian Robinson comes to the plate now, struck out looking in his first at bat in a full count. Mendoza crashes towards second base before retreating back to his position. First pitch to K-Rob, he's behind a fastball and fouls it off. Henderson about to throw his 48th pitch of the night. 31 of them have been for strikes. They're going to try to pick off Groover at second base. Mendoza had crashed the pitch before, but I don't think him and Henderson were on the same page. That time they were. But Groover was expecting it, got back easily. 0-1 on Christian Robinson. Bottom of the 4th inning, 4-0 Cardinals. Lou James Groover led off the inning with a double. Infield plays to pull the pitch. That one misses. And it's 1-1. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fouled off. That was a hanging breaking ball that K-Rob would certainly like to see again. And it's 1-2. Wind blowing in from center field still. The sun has set here in Amarillo. Still bright outside, but everybody's in the shade, and it's starting to cool down a little bit. The 1-2 pitch, that's in the dirt. The changeup there. Haven't seen that pitch a ton, but a left on right changeup. And it's 2-2. Henderson's ready. He's set. Here's the pitch. Fouled away again by Robinson. He's really been doing a great job working counts. He's always done that. But particularly early in this year, he's fought off a lot of pitches. And when a guy like Henderson is really feeling himself on a day like today, making him throw a lot of pitches is so important, getting into a Cardinals bullpen that the Sod Poodles have hit well so far in this series. All 7 runs that they scored, well, 6 of the 7 rather, of the runs they scored on Tuesday came against the bullpen. And several of them yesterday also came against the bullpen. The majority of them. 2-2 again to Robinson. Fouls it off again. Fastball at the top of the zone. He caught up to it. Great fight by Robinson. He's handling everything that Henderson has thrown to him. He's seen a changeup that missed low. Fouled off a couple sliders and has handled the fastball as well. Lou James Groover at second base. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Amarillo being out hit 6-3. Outscored 4-0. Henderson shakes a lot. He finally has the sign that he wants. The 2-2 pitch went to the heat again. It's bounced on the ground towards short. Fielded by Rivas. His throw to first barely gets Robinson, who was hustling down the line. Good base running from Groover. It was at him, and when the ball is hit at you, you're taught to head back to the bag. You don't want to make that out over at third base. You want to stay in scoring position. So 1 out, and Jack Hurley will come to the plate. Struck out swinging in his first at bat. First pitch to Jack. That's in there for a strike on a breaking ball. Again, so many lefties for the Cardinals in this series, and they've done an excellent job working ahead on Hurley. He's been in a lot of pitchers' counts in this series. Always tough to hit from behind. Here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Swings and misses 0-2. He'll adjust his batting gloves, take off his helmet, rub his hands through his hair, and now prepare to try to fend off Henderson with 2 strikes. Henderson has the sign. Comes set, digs in his glove. Long look at second base with Groover. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Great pitch. A 3-pitch strikeout of Hurley. That's the 6th strikeout of the game for Henderson. That slider is so effective against left-handed hitters. He just starts it right on that inside corner, and it just dives away. So with 2 outs and a runner on second base, Jose Fernandez comes to the plate. He hit a line drive single in his first at bat. Here's the first pitch to him. Fouls it backwards. The slider was on the low and in corner. Fernandez, when he was recruited out of Venezuela, was a shortstop. Has played a lot of first base with his tall 6'3" frame, and Andy Weber and Tommy Troy up the middle. But he's playing third base today and obviously can play all those positions. 0-1 pitch below the zone, 1-1. He'll definitely see some time at shortstop at some point this season. So will Tommy Troy, although Andy Weber has been there every game so far. You also have Jesus Valdez and Gene Walters on the roster, who both play a good infield. 1-1 pitch, fouled off by Fernandez. 1-2. 4-0 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Amarillo had a leadoff double from Lou James Groover. A ground out to short, and a strikeout has kept Lou James out there at second base. And now in a 1-2 count to Jose Fernandez, trying not to let that leadoff double go to waste. Fernandez had called time. Now he'll step back into the box. Henderson has the sign. Looks back towards second base. Here's the pitch. Up and away. It's 2-2. For the most part, we've seen Henderson with runner at second, long gazes towards second base. Usually you'll see guys take a couple quick looks. You have to mix up your looks so guys don't get good jumps on you, but every time he comes set, he just stares down the runner at second base for a long, long time. Here's the pitch. That misses outside, 3-2. Really nice take there from Fernandez. And now some action getting going in the Cardinals bullpen as Henderson's at 61 pitches now. That's Ryan Shreve, right-handed pitcher, warming up. The payoff pitch coming to Fernandez. That's outside, ball four. Good at bat from Jose Fernandez, and now there's two base runners for Amarillo with 2 outs, and here comes Caleb Roberts. Want to give a quick shout out to Austin Hartsfield with the Prospect Times. New to Amarillo this year, he's been doing an excellent job providing video from behind the plate and keeping track of these games for the Sod Poodles. Really passionate for what he does, and will be providing great content for all you Amarilloans all year long. Follow him on Twitter at HartsfieldPC to keep up with the Sod Poodles. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, 4-0 Cardinals in the bottom of the fourth. Here comes Caleb Roberts. Left-on-left matchup. They play him to pull the first pitch. That's a breaking ball in there for a strike. Caught the outside corner. A great pitch. Roberts, his first at-bat, just got under a ball. Flew out to the warning track in right field. The wind blowing in from left center field. You're going to have to punch a baseball to get it out today. No cheap home runs. Great speed at first base, average at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball in there again. Those are 2 really well-located pitches from Henderson. Started that breaking ball on the inside half and broke it right to the outside corner in the first pitch, and then followed that up with a fastball that started right on the black and stayed there. Not much that Roberts can do with it. The 0-2 pitch. And he gets fisted towards third base. It's spinning towards Harris. His throw to first barely gets the hustling Caleb Roberts. So Amarillo strands 2 in the bottom of the fourth. Cesar Gomez out for his second inning of work for Amarillo. Worked a scoreless first inning. Gave up a hit to Chase Davis, but then got a 6-4-3 double play to end the inning from Jeremy Rivas. So 3-4-5 due up in the order for the Cardinals here, starting with Leonardo Bernal. He's 0 for 2 in this one. Reached on an error his first at bat, then flew out to left. Struck that second one pretty well. The switch hitting catcher will bat from the left side against the righty Gomez. The first pitch to him, fastball up and away. Gomez a year ago pitched for the Corpus Christi Hooks, where he was absolutely dominant. Had a sub-2 ERA for the Hooks during his time there. 1-0 pitch, line drive down the first base line. It stays fair and it'll go all the way into the corner. Robinson will collect it, but not before Bernal cruises into second base with a leadoff double. The leadoff man has been on in 3 of the 5 innings now for the Cardinals. The second leadoff double of the game for them. Bernal continues to hit. RJ Yeager will come to the plate. He was really the only Cardinal to struggle so far in the first 2 games of the series, but doubled in his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2. First pitch to him. He hits this high in the air towards right center field. Robinson backs up a few steps, drifting towards his left now and makes the catch. Bernal will tag up from second base, easily getting to third. So Yeager does his job, advances the runner to third base, and with 1 out, Dakota Harris will come to the plate. Harris struck out swinging his first at-bat and walked in his second at-bat. First pitch to him. Line drive, base hit up the middle. That'll score a run and make it 5-0. Harris continues to hit in this series. That was a bullet up the middle. So after the RBI single from Harris that scored Bernal from third base, Noah Mendlinger will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2, had a 2-run single in the first inning. That came with 2 strikes. First pitch to him. He's going to line this down the third base line. That's going to be extra base as it gets all the way into the corner. We'll see if they send Harris from third base. No, they'll throw up the stop sign. So the runners will be at second and third base after Noah Mendlinger doubles. That's his second hit of the game. That'll bring up Jacob Buschberger to the plate. Walked in his first at-bat and then a 2-run home run in his second at-bat. And before he'll come to the plate, Gabby Hernandez is going to trot out of the dugout and have a conversation with Cesar Gomez. Top of the 5th inning, 5-0 Cardinals. A perfect time for us to take a look at the match source standings update. In the Texas League South, San Antonio is on top. They're 4-1. Frisco and Midland both at 3-2. Corpus Christi and Amarillo are both the caboose on that train. They're 1-4. In the Texas North, both Springfield and Northwest Arkansas are tied at the top at 4-1. Arkansas and Wichita are 2-3. And then Tulsa down at the bottom at 1-4. Last year, Springfield and Arkansas made the playoffs in the North. Midland and Frisco out of the South. Arkansas beat Midland in the championship. Here's the first pitch to Buschberger. Fastball in there for a strike at 94. Runners at second and third with 1 out. 0-1 count to Buschberger, right on right matchup. Working off the first base side of the rubber is Gomez. He's set at the belt, the pitch. That misses downstairs. It's 1-1. Bernal led off the inning with a double. He scored on a Dakota Harris RBI single. And then Noah Mendlinger shot a ball down the third baseline for a double. 1-1 pitch. Buschberger hits this on the ground towards third. They're going to come to the plate. The throw is high. Boyd gets down. The tag is made. And the out is called. Great job by Fernandez. He had to leap for that baseball. His throw to the plate was a little high. Boyd stayed with it and then got down and covered the plate. Textbook baseball from the Sod Poodles there, and they cut down the run. So now it'll be runners at first and second with 2 outs. Buschberger at first. Mendlinger was not able to advance from second base, and Ramon Mendoza will come to the plate. The right-handed hitter, 0 for 2 in this one, flew out to right and grounded out to third. That ended the third inning. Batting .273 on the year so far. Here's the first pitch to him. Line drive, short hop underneath the glove of Andy Weber. Getting sent home from third base is Dakota Harris. He's going to score. The throw goes towards third, and sliding in safely there is Buschberger. So it is 6-0 now in favor of the Cardinals. They scored 2 in the first, 2 in the third, and now they've scored 2 in the fifth. We'll see how that's ruled as either a hit or an error. It is going to be ruled as a hit. It went under the glove of Andy Weber. The first pitch to Moquete is taken for a ball. 96-mile-an-hour fastball there from Gomez. That's the second identical play there where they get that in-between hop on a really hard-hit ball to Andy Weber. This pitch is bounced back to the pitcher. It's off the glove of Gomez. Has to throw it and hurry to first base, and it's dug out by Roberts there for the final out of the inning. But before that, 2 more runs come across for the Cardinals. They lead 6-0 halfway through this one. Bottom of the 5th inning, Amarillo trailing 5-0. They've had nothing going so far against Ixan Henderson. He struck out 6 Sod Poodles through 4 scoreless innings so far. The throw in between innings from the catcher Bernal to second base gets into the outfield. The center fielder Moquete was not paying attention, so now he's got to go get that. He throws it to a fan on the berm. Jeremiah Boyd will step up to the plate for the second time today. He grounded out to second in his first at bat. 0 for 4 on the season so far. Left on right matchup. Andy Weber and Tommy Troy, the top of the Sod Poodles order, due up next. They got to start cutting into this lead now. First pitch is a fastball above the zone. Whenever we have a chance, we'll get to our Reed Beverage scoreboard update. 1-0 pitch. That misses downstairs. It's 2-0. Pitch to Boyd. That misses. It's 3-0. Should be very selective here. Again, Ryan Shreve warming up in the bullpen for the Cardinals. 68 pitches now for Henderson. And in your first start of the year, here's the 3-0 pitch. That misses. A 4-pitch walk for Boyd, so the leadoff man is on. But the point on Henderson is that early on in the year, usually a bit of a lower pitch count for guys. You know, once they're loosened out, if they're throwing well, you'll see them get up to about 100 pitches, usually in that 85 to 95 range, depending on the guy. But early on, usually a little bit shorter of a leash, trying to maintain arm health throughout the season. So Boyd walks on 4 pitches. Here comes Andy Weber. He's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. First pitch to him. Breaking ball, that's in there for a strike. That's really tough on Weber after seeing 4 straight balls thrown to Boyd. And you get a nice breaking ball in the zone. Definitely not what you're looking for. 6-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Amarillo trailing. Infield plays Weber to pull. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss. It's quickly 0-2 on Andy Weber. He's been 0-2 in every count so far today. Really tough to hit from behind. And again, it's been really tough on these left-handed hitters for Amarillo. The first 3 starters in this series have all been left-handed, and they've seen a lot of left-handed arms out of the bullpen as well. No fun for a left-handed late-in order for the Sod Poodles. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. The 7th strikeout of the game for Henderson. And that's the 3rd time Weber goes down on strikes in this one. There's one out now in the bottom of the 5th inning. Tommy Troy comes to the plate. Our Reed Beverage scoreboard update. 6-0 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. In the bottom of the 7th in Corpus Christi, the Hooks and the Missions all knotted up at 3. First pitch to Troy. He fouls that straight backwards. Took a big hack. Country Chevrolet foul ball. In the top of the 8th inning, Tulsa is looking like they might get their 2nd win of the year. They lead 3-0 over Arkansas in the top of the 7th inning. Out in Wichita, Kansas, 3-2, the win surge over Midland. And in the middle of 5, Northwest Arkansas and Frisco both have 3 runs. Henderson will step off the back of the mound. Tommy Troy has been on base both times so far. Reached on a walk his first at bat and then smoked a single in his second one. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit in the air down the right field line. Might be playable. The right fielder Mendlinger gets up near the fence and he'll make the catch as he walks onto the bullpen mound for the 2nd out of the inning. That landed, well, it would have landed with where he was caught by Mendlinger, rather, was right behind where Ryan Shreve is warming up in the Cardinals bullpen. So Troy is retired for the first time today, and Gavin Conicello will come to the plate. Henderson trying to get through 5 scoreless. Runner at first base is Jeremiah Boyd with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. 6-0 Springfield. Conicello's 0 for 2, the first pitch to him. That's in there for a strike, hit 92. Pitchability is a big thing, and it's often talked about with left-handed pitchers. Henderson certainly does that to a T. Low 90s, a great slider, really locates well. Pitching off the third base side of the rubber. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Went with the heat and pulled it a little bit. It's 1-1. This has to be a little weird for Roman Angelo in the Sod Poodles dugout. Obviously, you know, you want your team to win, and that comes as priority number 1, but also a part of him is probably rooting for his best friend out there on the mound. 1-1 pitch, and that misses outside. It's 2-1. We'll see Roman take the ball again on Sunday in the series finale. He'll be up against Pete Hansen again. A repeat of Tuesday night's pitching matchup, as it always is here in the Texas League. 2-1 pitch, that misses away. 3-1 now to Conicello. And we'll see what Conicello sits on here. With Groover on deck, in the way that he's swinging the bat early in this season, hitting well above 300. Don't mind giving him an opportunity to hit with a runner in scoring position, so you can be really selective here in this 3-1 count. Infield playing to pull. Henderson's ready. The pitch. That's in there for a strike. Fastball is painted on the outside. So in a 3-2 count with 2 outs, that'll allow Jeremiah Boyd to get a head start at first base. The first baseman, R.J. Yeager, plays in the hip pocket of Boyd, not holding him on. Henderson set, ready for the payoff pitch. Kicks and deals. And he got him. Called strike 3, the 8th punch out of the game. 5 scoreless for Ixan Henderson. Top of the 6th inning here, and Amarillo trailing 6-0 so far in this one. Cesar Gomez still on the mound for the Sod Poodles. He threw a scoreless 4th inning, allowed a pair of runs in the 5th, and he'll have the top of the order for the Cardinals, starting with Chase Davis. He's 2 for 3 with a pair of singles. First pitch to the lefty. Popped up down the third base line, but this one will get over the building and onto Buchanan Street. Country Chevrolet foul ball. Amarillo being out hit 10-3 right now by the Cardinals. Infield plays to pull, the 0-1 pitch. Good spot there from Gomez, dropped a slider into the zone. Got a full moon here in Amarillo tonight. I think it's full at least. I'm no moon expert. Beautiful night for baseball though. Count is 0-2. Jeremiah Boyd is going to call time behind the plate. Chase Davis' swing is Carlos Gonzalez-esque. Hit a home run in spring training and it went viral. 0-2 pitch, it's in the dirt. Good block there from Boyd. Really flexible behind the plate. But Davis hit a home run in spring training that went viral because his swing looked so much like Carlos Gonzalez. And Cargo was known for having one of the most beautiful swings in baseball history. 1-2 pitch, breaking ball misses down, it's 2-2. A lot of big moments for the Colorado Rockies. Was incredibly good early on in his career. An all-time Rocky. Davis also wears number 5, just like Cargo. 2-2 pitch, it's in the dirt, and now it's 3-2. Davis has worked it full after falling behind 0-2 in the count. Nobody up in the Sod Poodles bullpen. We'll see if Henderson is allowed to go out there for the bottom of this inning. 3-2 pitch, and that one's pulled foul. Hit off the end of the bat. It barely got to where first base would be. So we'll try 3-2 again. Here's the 7th pitch of the at-bat. It's in the dirt, ball 4, a leadoff walk worked by Chase Davis after he fell behind 0-2 in the count. And he's on base for the 3rd time today. I mean, he's about impossible to get out right now. 2 for 3 on the day. On the series, he's 7 for 12. He's got 2 home runs, 2 doubles, 6 RBIs, and a pair of walks as well. Jeremy Rivas having a great series as well. He bounced into a double play his last time, though. First pitch to him. Fly ball into deep right center field. It's going to be Conicello calling him off. The throw towards second base as Davis tries to catch up is in time. Conicello, a beautiful throw from second base. Nabs Davis trying to catch up. A one-hop throw to the first base side of the bag. Weber dug it out and barely was able to catch a piece of Davis, who is sliding to the inside portion of the bag. Davis has great speed, was aggressive, but Conicello shows off why he's got a 60 graded arm. My goodness, was that a bullet. Gotta read the scouting report, Chase. He's got a gun out there. First pitch to Leonardo Bernal is in there for a strike. 2 outs now in the top of the 6th inning, 6-0. So Jeremy Rivas is hit into back-to-back double plays. That one a little bit different than the first one. Bernal will take an 0-1 breaking ball down. Might have been the changeup there from Gomez. Some sort of off speed. 1-1, the pitch. Softly hit towards first on a couple hops. Caleb Roberts got it. He'll take it to the bag himself. And an easy inning for Cesar Gomez. Ryan Shreve, the new pitcher for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the 6th inning. His team out to a 6-0 lead over Amarillo. Here in game number 3 of the series, Ixan Henderson's day is done after 5 scoreless innings. Gave up 3 hits, walked 3 batters, and struck out 8 Sod Poodles. And Lou James Groover will come to the plate. He's 1 for 2, led off the 4th inning with a double. Has a 6-game hitting streak to start the season, batting .348. Number 10 prospect in the D-backs organization. The first pitch from Shreve. Jumps all over it, ground ball up the middle, base hit. The second hit of the game from Lou James Groover. He greets Shreve with a base hit. So Christian Robinson will come to the plate now. K-Rob 0 for 2 in this one, struck out looking and then grounded out to shortstop in his last at bat. Shreve pitching out of the windup. He's set at the belt. The big righty fires the first pitch to Robinson. He's first pitch swinging, grounded towards third. Harris's only play is at first. He's not going to get him. He took a peek towards second base, and with Robinson's speed, he's going to beat that out every time. A base hit for him on the infield singles, and the Saudis have the first 2 batters on base in this inning. They had just 3 hits coming into the inning. They add 2 on the first 2 pitches of the bottom of the 6th inning, and Jack Hurley will come to the plate. Landon Sims is in the bullpen now for the Sod Poodles. Ryan Shreve appeared in 1 game so far. It's a 2-inning appearance against Wichita on Sunday. Gave up a pair of hits, 2 runs, only 1 of them earned. First pitch to Hurley. Good changeup in there for a strike. Hurley 0 for 2 with a pair of punch-outs in this one. Shreve last year pitched here in Springfield as well as in Memphis for the AAA team for the Cardinals. 0-1 pitch, bounced off the foot of Hurley, and again quickly down 0-2. From April 14th to May 17th a year ago here in Springfield, he didn't allow an earned run. That's over a month. He made the most relief appearances for the Cardinals back in 2023. They got him from Minnesota, a Rule 5 selection back in 2022. He jets towards second base. Here's the 0-2 pitch. It's in the dirt, blocked behind the plate by Bernal. Bernal is not the fastest of guys as a catcher, but he's got really good short-range athleticism behind the plate. He's can really block the baseball. He gives the signs to Shreve. He's set, ready for the 1-2, the pitch. Line drive, fielded by the shortstop and flipped to second base. Rivas was indecisive of where he wanted to go with that ball. It was a 1-hop rocket to him. Fielded it on the backhand while falling down. He looked to third to see if he could get Groover because Groover had to jump over the baseball to not get hit with it. Instead, he flips to second to get Robinson. So now with 1 out, it'll be runners at first and third. Good play by Rivas there, really defensive. Hurley smoked that baseball. Jose Fernandez comes to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. First pitch to him's a breaking ball. Must have been above the zone there. Looked pretty good. Fernandez batting .250 early on. His first at bat of the year, had a double. His other 4 hits, all singles. There's a pair of RBIs and 3 walks. First pitch to him. And this one's bounced foul. I should say the second pitch to him, as it was a 1-0 count there. Now 1-1. Country Chevrolet foul ball. Bottom of the 6th inning, Amarillo trailing 6-0. Lou James Groover led off the inning with a single. Then Christian Robinson hit one as well. Hurley hit into a fielder's choice, 1st and 3rd. The pitch to Fernandez. Hard hit towards second. It's off the diving glove of Mendoza. 1 run will score. Hurley's on his way to 3rd. He'll get there easily. Fernandez stays perfect on the night. He's 2 for 2 and now pitches up the first RBI of the game for Amarillo at 6-1. If they weren't shifting him, that would have been right at the second baseman Mendoza. It was really tagged well. But because he was shaded up the middle, he had to dive to his forehand side and went off his glove for a base hit. The 3rd RBI of the season. Groover scores from 3rd base. Hurley now at 3rd with just 1 out, and Caleb Roberts comes to the plate. He's 0 for 2 on the night. The first pitch to him. Swinging a line drive down the first base line, but it's going to be foul. Just out of the reach of Yeager at first, who was holding on Fernandez. Landed a good 5-10 feet foul. In Roberts' first at bat, he flew out to the warning track in right field. The wind now blowing straight in from right field. Would really have to tag one to get it out. 0-1 pitch. Line drive towards second base. It's dropped by Mendoza. He's easily going to be able to throw out Jose Fernandez at second base because he dove back to first base thinking that Mendoza would catch it. He just straight dropped it. It dropped right to him, so they'll get the force out at second base. So him and Roberts will trade spots at first. Fernandez looked to be in a little bit of pain after diving back into first, but he's able to jog off the field. It seems like he'll be okay. He's greeted by Chad Brewer, the athletic trainer for the Sod Poodles, immediately in the dugout. They'll stride to the end of it while they have a conversation. 2 outs, runners at 1st and 3rd. Hurley's at 3rd, Roberts at 1st for Jeremiah Boyd. He's 0 for 1, walked in his last at bat. Here's the first pitch. That misses downstairs. Ryan Shreves was picked by the Twins in the 2019 draft in the 16th round out of University of the Pacific. He's from Sherman Oaks, California. 1-0 pitch. Boyd chops this towards short. Good fielding play by Rivas. He flips it to second the easy way. For the final out of the inning, Amarillo gets on the board, though. It's 6-1 through 6. Landon Sims is the new arm of Rosa's Cafe and Tortilla Factory, called to the bullpen for the Sod Poodles. Cesar Gomez day is done after 3 innings. He gave up a couple of earned runs, 5 hits, walked 1, didn't strike anybody out. Amarillo has just punched out 1 Springfield batter so far. In this one, R.J. Yeager will come to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with the double. He scored back in the 3rd. First pitch to the righty. Swings and misses. Landon Sims on to pitch for Amarillo, making his 2nd appearance of the year. Had a scoreless outing on Saturday against San Antonio when an inning had a 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout. The 0-1 pitch, fouled away. It's 0-2, Country Chevrolet foul ball. 94 on the fastball there from Sims. Landon played 3 seasons at Mississippi State. Won the 2021 College World Series with the Bulldogs. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Check swing, didn't go around. That pitch was above the zone. Boyd won't even appeal to first base as it wasn't particularly close. Sims was drafted 34th overall in 2022, a compensation pick. And he gets the strikeout here. A big slider, swing and miss. The second strikeout of the game for Amarillo. Brought to you always by Optimum, and there's one out now in the 7th inning. Landon Sims didn't appear in a professional baseball game until June 9th of 2023. He had Tommy John surgery after he was drafted, finally feeling healthy, was really good at the high A level in Hillsborough at the end of last year. First pitch now to Dakota Harris, he swings and misses. Really nice slider from Landon Sims. He's really excited to find his groove this season. Was a top prospect in the Diamondbacks organization. Of course, they spent their 34th overall pick on him. High expectations. The 0-1 pitch from Landon. That misses outside. Landon 6'4", 215. Originally from Lawrenceville, Georgia. He's 24 years old. The 1-1 pitch to Harris. Flown over the broadcast booth over here down the first base line, and it's 1-2. Harris struck out swinging in his first at bat, walked in his second at bat, and then singled home a run back in the 5th. He's 1 for 2. On the series now, 4 for 12 with a home run and a pair of RBIs. 1-2 pitch. Line drive, one hop, fielded by Troy. Goes off his glove, his throw to first, in time to get Harris. Good recovery from Tommy Troy. He had to retreat, fielded that with his forehand. It bounced just a couple feet away from him, was able to grab it, spin, and fire to first base to nab Harris by a half a step. So 2 outs, nobody on now in the top of the 7th inning. Noah Mendlinger comes to the plate. He's 2 for 3. His only out was a line out to the first baseman, which turned into a double play. He's got a 2-run single, a stolen base, and scored after he doubled back in the 5th. The first pitch to him. He attacks again, sharply hit, backhanded by Weber. His throw to first well in time. So a great inning from Landon Sims. 1-2-3. Landon Sims just welcomed us back to the broadcast here in the bottom of the 7th inning. That's fitting as he had a great top of the 7th inning, a 1-2-3 inning. Picked up a strikeout, needed just 8 pitches to do so. Top of the order for Amarillo here. Ryan Shreve still on the mound. First pitch to Andy Weber. And he'll swing through a changeup. It's 0-1. Andy 0 for 3 in this one. Struck out 3 times to the starting pitcher, Ixan Henderson. Now he'll face a right-handed pitcher for the first time. Here's the 0-1 delivery. This is spun foul. It almost started spinning back towards fair territory. He got it right off the end of the bat. Cue-balled it a bit down the third baseline. So 0-2 now on Andy. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. He got him. First out of the inning here in the bottom of the 7th comes via the strikeout. And there's one away. Bottom of the 7th inning here. Beautiful Thursday night for baseball. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Rather. Nice crowd here, though. 6-1 Cardinals. First pitch to Tommy Troy. Fastball up and away. Tommy walked his first at bat, singled in the 3rd, and then flew out to right field in foul territory last time up. Was on base 4 times yesterday, 3 times on Tuesday. Here's the pitch to him. That misses down. 2-0. Shreve working out of the stretch. The pitch. That's in there for a strike at the knees. Good location. Two-one count. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Tommy Troy being played to pull the pitch. And he swings and misses. That breaking ball was down. Troy fooled on that one. It's 2-2. Tommy batting .300 so far this season. Came into the game with a .980 OPS through 5 games. On the series, 4 for 9. Hit his first home run of the year yesterday. 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, 3-2. That was his first home run at the Double-A level as well. In the series as well, he's walked 3 times, and now 4 times. He had walked 3 times coming into the game. He walked in his first at-bat and has been hit by a pitch. He's been an on-base machine in the 2 spot for Amarillo. The payoff pitch, and that's going to miss, low and away for the 5th time in the series. Tommy Troy will take his free pass to first base, and Amarillo is a 1-out base runner. That'll bring Gavin Conicello up to the plate, looking for his first hit of the game. Shreve ready for the first pitch to the lefty Conicello. He's being played to pull. Off the first base side of the rubber, the first pitch is in there for a strike. 0-1. I asked Gavin before the season, and when he thinks about his game, what's the best part of it? And he immediately said he's always been a bat-first kind of guy, but he's trying to improve his fielding. Well, he certainly has done well on the defensive side of the ball tonight as well. 0-1 pitch, misses outside, 1-1. Fly ball into deep right center a couple innings ago with a speedy Chase Davis at first trying to tag up. Unleashed a missile to second base to nab him. 1-1 count in the bottom of the 7th inning. The pitch to Conicello. Misses outside, 2-1. Shreve is ready for the 2-1 offering. Kicks and deals. Fly ball down the left field line. Bushberger's got a beat on it. He ranges to his right to make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Initially thought that ball would have a little bit more tail on it and had a chance to get into the corner, but too much backspin. It didn't really slice towards the corner, and Bushberger was able to make a play on it. So 2 outs and a runner at first base in Tommy Troy. Here comes Lou James Groover. Groover grounded out to second his first at bat, doubled in the 4th, singled and scored the only Sod Poodles run last inning in the 6th. First pitch to him. Fastball in there, strike 1, 91 from Shreve. Groover batting .375 so far this season, 9 for 24 on the year. Had a pair of walks, he's been excellent, .923 OPS. 0-1 pitch in the dirt. Backhanded behind the plate by Bernal. He's able to smother it. No advancements from Tommy Troy. Tommy can really run at first base, had 16 steals in an abbreviated season last year, missed some time with a fractured foot. He's also been dealing with some hamstring issues a year ago. Finally healthy this year, he's been great so far. 1-1 pitch. Line drive, right field. Not going to have to move very much is Mendlinger. The right fielder makes the grab, flips the ball into the crowd for the final out of the inning. We're through 7 here in Amarillo. Landon Sims on the mound for his 2nd inning of work for Amarillo. They trail 6-1 in the 8th inning. He needed just 8 pitches to retire the side in order, including picking up his first strikeout of the game. This is the 2nd strikeout from Sod Poodles pitching today. Jacob Bushberger and the bottom of the Cardinals lineup coming up. Ramon Mendoza and then Darlin Mokite. Bushberger so far in this one has reached base all 3 times. He's 1 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice, hit a home run earlier in the game. The first pitch to him is a slider in there for a strike. Got to talk to Landon Sims before the season on Media Day. Had a nice interview with him, a few minutes long, talking about his path getting here and his expectations for himself heading into this season. 0-1 pitch, swung and fouled back. It's quickly 0-2 on Bushberger. we'll have that played during the pregame show of tomorrow's game. Had it on the road as well, but it was a great interview, so we'll have it again for the home crowd here in Amarillo. He's set at the belt, ready for the 0-2. The pitch on the ground towards short, backhanded and kicked up in the air into left field off the glove of Andy Weber. So a leadoff base runner, Buschberger, in the top of the 8th. We'll see how that one is ruled. As of now, it is going to be ruled as a hit. We'll see if that changes. It's a tough play for Weber on the backhand. Was hit well by Buschberger. Ramon Mendoza comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Right-handed hitter. Infield plays him to pull the pitch. Misses up and in at 93 with the fastball. When Sims comes set, right before he completely comes set, he jerks his arms up over his head real quick and then comes back down and set at the belt. Off with the pitch is Buschberger. The throw towards second base is going to be high and late, so it's a stolen base for Buschberger. He's first of the season. And now there's a runner at second base with nobody out. 1-1. 1-0 is the count on Mendoza. The pitch in there for a strike. 1-1. Six to 1. The Cardinals out in front here in the top of the 8th inning. Wind still blowing in from right center field. Sims a couple checks towards second base. Here's the pitch. He blows a fastball right by Mendoza. Got 92 at the top of the zone. Good carry to that one. Fernandez, the third baseman, playing a step or two behind the baseline, but now he'll back up deep into his position. Everybody else playing back into pull on the righty. 2-2 on Mendoza. Long pause. Here's the pitch. Popped up behind the plate and out of play. A challenge fastball there. Tried to get that to the top of the zone, did Sims. It was probably a couple inches below the top of the zone, and that allowed Mendoza to get his back to it. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive down the left field line, but fortunately this hooks a few feet foul. Mendoza carried his bat with him all the way to first base, and now he'll start the long walk back. It's still 2-2. 3,890 Amarilloans joined us here tonight on a beautiful night of baseball this Thursday, the first Thirsty Thursday of the year. Alfred Murillo is warming up in the pen for Amarillo. Andrew Marrero warming up for the Cardinals. Right-handed arm. Both righties. 2-2 from Sims. Fly ball to deep right center field. Conicello is drifting back towards the triple triangle. He's got it. That's plenty deep enough for Buschberger to tag up and advance to third base. So a productive at bat from Ramon Mendoza as the base runner gets to third with less than 2 outs. That makes Mokate's job just a little bit easier. He's 0 for 3 in this one, however. Popped up on the infield in his first at bat, grounded out to first, and then grounded out back to the pitcher. From Bani, Dominican Republic, same hometown as Jesus Valdez, is 25 years old, digs into the right-handed batter's box. Slightly open stance. Hands near his ears. Here's the first pitch to him with the infield playing in. That misses outside. 95 from Sims there. Good job by Boyd to get a glove on it. Mokate went 1 for 4 in the series opener. Didn't play yesterday. He's manning center field with Davis DHing today. 1-0 pitch. Misses down and away. 94 again from Sims. Top of the 8th inning, 6-1 Cardinals. Infield playing in. The pitch, that misses outside. It's 3-0. Chase Davis, a dangerous hitter, awaits on deck with the top of the order. Mokate batting .214 early on here in the 2024 campaign. Sims is ready. Here's the 3-0 delivery. Line drive, base hit to left field. Swinging away at a 3-0 count, and Mokate comes through with an RBI single. It's 7-1. Everybody in the Springfield lineup now has a hit. They're out hitting Amarillo 12-6, outscoring them 7-1. Chase Davis comes to the plate, has reached base 3 times. He's 2 for 3, also walked. First pitch to him. Off with the pitch is Mokate, and juggling the transfer is Jeremiah Boyd behind the plate, so there's not even going to be a throw. A stolen base for Mokate. Runner at second with 1 out now. The pitch was a ball, so it's 1-0 on Davis. Here's the pitch. Swung and bounced towards the Amarillo dugout. It went off the screen and then into the dugout. Gene Walters really casually caught it off the screen. And now he'll flip it to a fan. 1 ball, 1 strike here on Chase Davis, former Arizona Wildcat. Before the pitcher comes set, he stands up tall in the box with his right arm pointing the bat towards center field. 1-1 pitch. That was a high slider. Davis's eyes lit up, but he can't connect in that big swing. Davis has played an excellent center field so far for the Cardinals this season. Projects to probably end up in one of the corner outfield spots, which means he's really going to have to slug. He definitely has the ability to do so. 1-2 pitch. He'll foul that straight back. 94 at the top of the zone. One concern from him, well, before we get to that, Arizona, talk about slugging. A .742 slugging percentage his final year for the Wildcats. And he certainly has to do that, but one concern that the Cardinals have is last year, a 56% ground ball rating. They want him to elevate the baseball a little more with his bat speed. 1-2 pitch. Did he go around? It doesn't matter. Called strike 3. A delayed reaction from the home plate umpire, Kaz Cousins. I think Davis swung anyways. Either way, it's the second punch out of the night for Landon Sims and the second out here in the 8th. All that changes is if that's a backwards K or a swinging K. It's going to go down as a strikeout looking. If they would have appealed to third, it probably would have been rung up anyways. Jeremy Rivas comes to the plate, 1 for 3 with a double in this one. He's first pitch swinging and ahead of a slider. 0-1. 7-1 in the top of the 8th inning. Amarillo trailing. They're being out hit 12-6 in this one. Sims steps off the back of the mound. It's 0-1. Our Street Auto Group play of the game has to be that Gavin Conicello missile from center field to nab Davis tagging up to second base. What a great throw that was. 0-1 pitch to Rivas. That came back in the top of the 6th inning. Davis led off with a walk, a deep fly ball from Jeremy Rivas. Davis tried to tag up, and Conicello gunned him down. 1-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. 95 from Landon Sims on the corner. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Rivas, the righty, being played to pull. Wind's now turning a little bit, almost straight in from right field. The pitch in the dirt, taken by Rivas, 2-2. The wind now even Kind of gusting foul pole to foul pole from the right field foul pole towards the left field foul pole. Not as prevalent as it was earlier either. The flags are just barely waving. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Landon Sims ready. Long pause. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses below the zone. Reared back and got 96 on that one. Mokate at second. He singled in Bushberger early in the inning. Both of them stole second base after reaching on singles. 3-2 to Jeremy Rivas. The pitch. Ground ball towards second base. It beats the shift. Robinson picks it up. He'll fire towards the plate, but it's not going to be in time. It gets cut off by Roberts. An RBI single for Jeremy Rivas. His 7th RBI of the series scores Darlin Makote, and it's 8-1. That was a ground ball to where the second baseman would be playing had they been playing straight up. Everybody plays the shift nowadays, and Tommy Troy was not in any type of position to get to that one. Javier Colina strolls out to the mound. That means Alfred Murillo's coming into the game. We'll take a quick break and be back. 8-1, Cardinals lead in the 8th. Alfred Murillo comes in to pitch, making his 2nd appearance of the season, trying to have a little bit better than the last one. He inherited a 4-0 lead going into the bottom of the 9th inning against San Antonio. With Hillsborough, was 3-1 with a 2.41 ERA, was trusted to close out a lot of games. He had 13 saves, struck out 45 batters, only walked 22, making his first appearance here at Hodgetown. The first pitch to Leonardo Bernal is in there for a strike. Bernal's a switch-hitting catcher. He's 1 for 4 in this game, doubled and scored back in the 5th. Haven't seen him bat from the right side yet, as every single at-bat he's taken in this series has been against a right-handed pitcher. The 0-1 pitch is a breaking ball, or rather a fastball that misses down. Had that cutting action to it, sometimes tough to see from down the first baseline where the broadcast booth is located. Infield playing Bernal to pull. The 1-1 pitch. And he started to swing but was able to hold up. That one misses down at 96. It's 2-1 now. Amarillo trailing 8-1 in the top of the 8th inning. Runner at first base is Jeremy Rivas. 2-1 count to Bernal. Here's the pitch. Fly ball to left field. Coming in on it is Hurley. He's camped under it and makes the catch. New arm on the mound for the Springfield Cardinals here in the bottom of the 8th inning. They lead 8-1 over Amarillo. Andrew Marrero on the mound from New Haven, Connecticut, a former 18th round draft pick back in 2021. Played at UConn, stayed at home, was in Springfield for the 2024 season. Making his first appearance of the series, he'll face Christian Robinson. The first pitch to him is in there for a strike. Two runs in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the 5th, and 2 in the 8th. That's how the 8 runs came for the Cardinals. The 0-1 pitch to Robinson's a breaking ball that he's in front of and chops it foul. It's 0-2. Robinson 1 for 3 in this one. 0-2 count. Just got confirmation that Bushberger single earlier is going to be ruled as a hit and not an error. 0-2 pitch, and that misses down and away at 84 there. Marrero making his 2nd appearance of the season. Gave up an earned run in an inning pitch against Wichita on Sunday. Line drive down the right field line. This will get into the Cardinals bullpen. 1-2, 93-mile-an-hour fastball there from Marrero. You got Alfred Murillo on the mound for the Sod Poodles and Andrew Marrero on the mound for the Cardinals right now. He's set at the belt, winds and fires. That one's in the dirt. It's 2-2. He comes set at the belt, and of course he's pitching out of the windup. He is one of those abbreviated windups where he's parallel to the plate with his shoulders, but just steps back with his left foot, winds and delivers like he does here, and gets a swing and a miss. Christian Robinson goes down on strikes. The first strikeout on the first batter that Marrero faces. One out in the bottom of the 8th inning, and here comes Jack Hurley. 0 for 3 on this one, reached on a fielder's choice in his last at bat. First pitch to Hurley. Swings and misses. He's been behind 0-2 in each of his 3 plate appearances today. Down 0-1 in the count now. Infield plays into pole, the pitch. That misses inside, 1-1. That 94-mile-an-hour fastball almost caught the front knee of Hurley. The 1-1 pitch, misses downstairs, the breaking ball. Marrero had a 6.28 ERA a year ago with Springfield. Here's the pitch to him, and it's fouled off, now 2-2. In 2023, was ranked first in the Cardinals organization in strikeouts per 9, a 12.75. He was second in saves with 11. Again, drafted out of UConn back in 2021. The 2-2 pitch, that misses upstairs. It's 3-2 now on Hurley. Marrero set the Wilbur Cross High School. That's where he went to school in New Haven, Connecticut. He set the record for career strikeouts, 242 across his 4 years there. 3-2 pitch, fastball called, strike 3. Caught the outside corner, and Marrero has back-to-back strikeouts to start his outing. Ryan Shreve's day is done after a pair of innings. Gave up 1 run on 3 hits. He also walked a batter. Picked up a strikeout. Jose Fernandez comes to the plate. He's been on base all 3 times this game, and he watches a breaking ball in there for a strike. Nods his head, yes. Definitely was looking for the heat there. Batting .286 so far on the young season, playing third base for the first time today. 0-1 pitch, driven to left field. Bushberger's at the track, he leaps, it's off the wall. Fernandez cruises into second base with a double. He thought about heading to third as the ball had kicked way off of the wall, but wisely stays at second, and Amarillo has a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. That was a line drive right over the head of Bushberger. He went back to the track and leaped and went right over his glove. It was within 6 inches of catching it, but it hit off the wall. And a double for Fernandez. He's now 3 for 3 today, has the only RBI for Amarillo. Singled in the second, walked in the fourth, singled home run in the sixth, and now has a double here in the eighth. Caleb Roberts comes to the plate. He's 0 for 3 in this one. First pitch, fastball way above his head. It's 1-0. Caleb flew out to right in his first at bat and onto the warning track. Wind still blowing in from right field. Grounded out to third and grounded into a fielder's choice in his other 2 plate appearances. 1-0 pitch to him. Fastball gets by him. And it's 1-1. Fernandez at second with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 8-1, Springfield on top of Amarillo. 1-1 pitch coming to Roberts. Fastball outside, 2-1. The Cardinals took game number 1 of this series 16-7, and then won last night's back-and-forth affair 10-9. They've won only 1 series against Amarillo in their history against the Sod Poodles. 2-1 pitch misses upstairs. It was a 2-1 series victory. They've never won a 6-game set against Amarillo. If they can hold on to this 8-1 lead, they just have to pick up one more win this weekend to make that happen for the first time. 3-1 pitch to Roberts. Swings and misses at a breaking ball. Good 3-1 pitch there from Marrero. Didn't give in by just throwing the heat. The 20th pitch of the inning for Marrero coming up. The 3-2 to Caleb Roberts. Fastball called, strike 3. And that is the inning. Jose Fernandez hits a double. The other 3 batters strike out to Marrero. Well, we're in the 9th inning here in Amarillo, and after dropping the first couple games of this series, the Sod Poodles find themselves behind 8-1 to the Cardinals again. They certainly brought their bats to play in this series. Amarillo had some good offensive days the first couple games of this series, have struggled with the bats tonight in the 8-1 score. R.J. Yeager comes to the plate. Alfred Murillo still out on the mound. The first pitch to Yeager, the righty swings and fouls it off. Country Chevrolet foul ball. Yeager 1 for 4 in this one, doubled and scored back in the third. Struck out in his last at bat to Landon Sims. 0-1 pitch from Murillo, and that one misses away at 95. Murillo came in and got the final out of the 8th inning after Landon Sims went an inning and 2/3. He gave up a pair of runs, 3 hits, struck out a couple of batters. 1-1 pitch, misses above the zone at 96. Here's the 2-1 delivery. Fastball in there for a strike, 2-2. In each of Murillo's 3 minor league seasons, he struck out at least 45 batters. Really good number for a relief pitcher. 2-2 pitch, this is yanked foul. Murillo set up near his ear. A deep breath. Here's the pitch. And that one misses low and away, and the count runs full. Murillo will sit around 95. Saw him just touch 97 there. Good arm out of the righty from the Dominican Republic. 3-2 pitch. This is bounce foul. To the pull side, and we'll try 3-2 again. Three-two. Swung on and missed. Murillo got him. First strikeout of the game for Murillo. It's the 4th strikeout of the game for Amarillo pitching, and there's one away here in the 9th. Great breaking ball that started in the zone and dipped just below it, and a swing and a miss from R.J. Yeager. He's punched out twice now. Dakota Harris comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. Checks his swing at the first pitch, but fouls it off. 97 at the top of the zone from Murillo. Amarillo, after tonight, has 3 more games here at home against the Cardinals before they hit the road to face the Frisco Rough Riders for the first time in a series next week. 6 games there. 93 misses on the 0-1 pitch. It's 1-1. Harris batting .368 early on this season with a home run and 4 RBIs. Has an OPS over 1,000. Swings at the 1-1 pitch and fouls it off. A Country Chevrolet foul ball. It's 1-2. See if Murillo can pick up his 2nd strikeout of the inning. Why not strike out the side, get us to 6, so we can talk about the Amarillo Area Foundation. Out of the stretch, the 1-2. Fastball away. 98 there from Murillo. Really reached back. Infield plays the righty Harris to pull. Noah Mendlinger on deck. He's 2 for 4 in this one. Harris standing up tall in the box. The 2-2 pitch. Bounced on the ground. A big hop to Fernandez at third. Gathers himself. His throw is perfect to Roberts for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs in the ninth now. 8-1 Springfield. And here comes Noah Mendlinger. Singled home a pair in the first inning to put the Springfield Cardinals up 2-0, and they haven't looked back. They scored 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 2 in the fifth, and 2 in the eighth. All their runs coming in pairs. I don't know if Boyd was crossed up there. That pitch was right down the middle. It went off the glove of Boyd, off of his body into the backstop, but it was called a strike. It's 0-1. Mendlinger from Atlanta, Georgia, stayed at home and played at Georgia State in college. That's not the Georgia State that you're thinking of. It's Georgia State and college, a completely different school. The 0-1 pitch misses. It's 1-1. The lefty Mendlinger is now ready for the 1-1 pitch. Kicks and deals on the ground towards first. Backing up, Roberts bobbles it. His throw to first is not going to be in time to the covering Murillo. He had to take a drop step back and kind of got an in-between hop because of it. It was in his glove and then bounced free. It's going to go down as an error to Roberts, who has really played a good first base today. A position we haven't seen him at very often. And he made a nice play there. The ball just went in and out of his glove. Now Jacob Bushberger will come to the plate. He's reached base all 4 times he's been up. First pitch to him, fastball right by him, 96 from Murillo at the top of the zone. Walked in his first at bat, did Bushberger. He had a 2-run home run in the third. Reached on a fielder's choice in the fifth. Singled and scored an inning ago. Also picked up a stolen base. 0-1 pitch. Fastball in there for a strike. We get the decimal points for every pitch. It goes to the 100th. And it's always satisfying to me whenever it hits right on the dot. It should happen 1 in every 100 times. Happened there, right at 96. The 0-2 pitch is a fastball that misses away at 97. Acrobatic play by Boyd to make that catch. He's wearing a 2-piece mask, and when he threw the ball back to the pitcher, his entire face was showing as his mask was completely to the right side of his face, covering his ear. 1-2, Murillo's ready. The pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. They'll appeal to first base. The throw goes to second. It doesn't matter. The inning is over. A strikeout brought to you by Optimum. 2 in the inning. Bottom of the ninth inning, Jeremiah Boyd will lead off for Amarillo. They trail 8-1 in this one to the Springfield Cardinals here in game number 3 of the series. A lot of fun to be had this weekend, the first weekend of the year for the Sod Poodles. Fireworks both tomorrow night and Saturday night, and giveaways on Saturday and Sunday. Clear bags on Sunday, magnets with the schedule on Saturday. Andrew Marrero out for his second inning of work. He fires his first pitch to Boyd, which misses outside. It's 1-0. Boyd grounded out to second. Walked and then hit into a fielder's choice his last time up. Still looking for his first hit of the year. He drives this deep left field. That's going to do more than just be his first hit. A home run for Jeremiah Boyd, his first at the Double-A level. It's 8-2. Right on cue, he collects his first hit. No doubt home run for the Sod Poodles catcher. It's a Happy State homer. And the Sod Poodles trail by 6 now. Andy Weber will come up to the plate. The Sod Poodles gave him the silent treatment in the dugout. They are really fired up for Jeremiah Boyd. Good for him. 1-0 to Andy Weber. Here's the pitch. Weber fouls this off, 1-1. Andy 0 for 4 in this one, with 4 strikeouts. Wearing a yellow lead guard that goes really well with the Saudi blue uniforms and gold lettering. 1-1 pitch, he'll foul it off, and it's down 1-2 in the count now. That ball went up into the suite level and banged off the facade of the building and back into the lower levels. Wind still blowing in from right center field. 8-2 game in the bottom of the ninth. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. At the bottom of the zone, Andy Weber goes down on strikes again. And there's 1 out in the inning. Andy has been so terrific in Amarillo. Last year, in his just over a month-long stint here, had a 910 OPS. He's always so steady, but baseball's a tough game, and it's been a tough night for him. Tommy Troy comes to the plate. First pitch to him is in there for a strike. For the 3rd consecutive game, Tommy has reached base at least 3 times. He reached base 3 times on Tuesday, as here's the 0-1 pitch to him. Misses away. 1-1. Reached 3 times on Tuesday. Went 3 for 5 yesterday, but also walked, so he reached 4 times a day ago. He's 1 for 2 in this one with a pair of walks. 1-1 pitch. Misses outside at 84. Breaking ball for Marrero misses. It's 2-1. 8-2 is the score in the bottom of the 9th inning. 13-8 in hits. Amarillo's made 2 errors. Springfield 1. 2-1 pitch. Troy's ahead of a breaking ball. And now it's 2-2. I'll tell you one thing about Tommy Troy is he certainly does not get cheated at the plate. If he's swinging, he's coming out of his shoes. Great bat speed for Tommy. 2-2 pitch. That one misses away, and now it's 3-2. Tommy is really, really dialed in during this homestand so far. Tommy listed at 5'9", 197 pounds, but can really pack a punch. The payoff pitch. Checked his swing. They'll appeal to first as the pitch was in the dirt. And Chad Patterson, the crew chief, says, no, he did not go. The 3rd walk of the game for Tommy Troy. That's back-to-back games that he has reached base 4 times. He is really seeing the ball well. That's his 6th walk in the first 3 games of this series. He's been really selective and not chasing anything. He was also hit by a pitch. He's also 4 for 9, so he's hitting when he puts the ball in play as well. Conicello at the plate now. First pitch to him is a fastball above the zone. Gavin is 0 for 4 in this one. Gavin has had hits in 4 of the first 5 games this season. Doesn't have one yet tonight. 1-0 pitch. Swings and misses way ahead of a breaking ball. He almost fell backwards with that big swing. Conicello, just like Troy, won't get cheated at the plate. Arizona loves the bat speed that he can bring from the left side of the plate. 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses. It's 1-2. A breaking ball in the dirt there. On base is Tommy Troy, but on deck is Lou James Groover. He's 2 for 4 in this one. Has scored one of the 2 Sod Poodles runs. Marrero set, ready for the 1-2 delivery. Closed off at the mound, the pitch. And barely getting a piece to stay alive is Conicello. He fouled it off his front foot. Comes up hobbling. The home plate umpire, Kaz Cousins, will head out to the mound and give a new baseball to Marrero and give time to Gavin Conicello to let some of that pain dissipate before he has to step back in the box again. Gavin just reached down and wiped off some of the pain on the top of his foot, right on the laces of his right cleat. Troy at first base. 1-2 count with 1 out. Marrero's got the sign. He's ready. At the belt, here's the pitch. Line drive down the left field line. It's a base hit. Tommy Troy's going to round second and stay there. Gavin Conicello is 3/4 of the way to second base. He wanted the double. He beats the shift on a broken bat single. He's now hit safely in 5 of the 6 games that Amarillo has played in. Tommy knows that they need a lot of runs. No reason to try to push to third there with that softly hit down the third baseline. Maybe with a different score, he'd be more aggressive. Conicello would have easily gotten to second base for a double had Troy gone to third. Runners at first and second, 1 out. And here comes Lou James Groover. Double and a single today. First pitch popped up and out of play. Country Chevrolet foul ball. Sean Harney is warming up in the bullpen for Springfield. He pitched and got the final outs of Tuesday night's game. 0-1 pitch to Groover. Called a strike right at the knees. Lou James thought it might have been down, but now he'll have to battle. The 0-2 pitch. Line drive into the left center field gap. No one's getting to that one. It gets all the way to the wall. 1 run's going to score. Conicello's being sent home. A 2-run double for Lou James Groover. Who knows what's in store now? Amarillo trails by just 4. The 3rd hit of the game for Lou James Groover. It's a Cacique double, his 2nd of the game. Groover picks up his 2nd and 3rd RBIs of the season with a 2-run double there. Conicello was on his horse, got a good read. Could see that Buschberger was not going to be able to get there in left center, and he darted around and scored easily. The mound visit now. It looks like Marrero will stay in the game, maybe buying some time for Harney to get ready. No coaches out there. It was just the players on the field. 1 out in the bottom of the 9th inning. Amarillo trails by 4 now. They've scored 3 in the bottom of the 9th. Jeremiah Boyd led off with a solo shot. Weber struck out looking. Tommy Troy was able to earn a walk. Conicello a broken bat single down the third baseline, and Groover pounced on that 2-strike pitch into the left center field gap for a 2-run double. Here comes Christian Robinson, 1 for 4 on the night. The pitch. Breaking ball outside, 1-0. Good lead from K-Rob. Hit his first home run of the year yesterday. 106 off the bat, a no doubt shot to left center. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss out in front of that breaking ball, 1-1. Yesterday, the social media team, who does such a great job here with the Sod Poodles, they had a test of your grip strength where you pull in and it gives you a number of, I don't really know what it represents, but it represents your strength. 1-1 pitch, misses inside, it's 2-1. And right when I started watching the video, Lou James Groover was the first one to go, and he actually ended up having the 2nd strongest pinch, or whatever you want to call it. But right when they started it, I said, if they put K-Rob on this, I'd bet my life that he wins it, and surely he did. 2-1 pitch, line drive, left field. It is caught on the warning track by Buschberger. A great jump by him, ranging on the track the entire way. He started just a step in from it, got a great jump, and makes the catch, robbing extra bases from Christian Robinson. Another great piece there by K-Rob, but it's the 2nd out of the inning, and in a 4-run ball game and 2 outs. Patrick Anderson, the manager for the Cardinals, heads out to the mound. It doesn't look like he's pulled Marrero yet. He's just having a conversation at the mound, is not signaled to the bullpen. And yeah, they're not going to pull him yet. So Harney stays in the bullpen. Marrero stays on the mound. And with 2 outs and a runner at second, Jack Hurley comes to the plate. If that ball gets down, and it was torched by Robinson, Groover would have surely scored from second, and Robinson would have traded places with him. And then the tying run would have been on deck. Amarillo's done a great job coming back in the games this series. They've just continued to fall just a hair short. First pitch to Jack Hurley is ahead of a breaking ball and swings and misses. Hurley 0 for 4 in this one. Reached on a fielder's choice. Marrero set the pitch. Trying to backpick Groover at second after the swing and miss from Hurley. He gets back safely, but it's 0-2, and the Sod Poodles are down to their final strike. Eight to 4 in the bottom of the 9th inning. Lou James Groover had a 2-run double. Jeremiah Boyd a solo shot. The Sod Poodles down to their final strike. Marrero's ready. The pitch just outside. Good take there by Hurley. Marrero comes set, really closed off to the hitter. Just showing his number to him. His left foot is towards the third base side of the rubber, while his right foot is on the far first base side of it. 1-2 pitch. Fly down the left field line and out of play. This will land on the Ford Plaza. Bounces up near the team store. Speaking of the team store, tons of great items there. First calf fries night. Or rather, it's going to be a day game, so first calf fries day will be this Sunday. Go check them out. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's in the dirt, blocked. Groover will stay at second base. 2-2. Marrero's ready. The 2-2 pitch. Line drive right at the shortstop. Rivas makes the catch for the final out of the game. The final two were both scorched by both Robinson and Hurley, but to no avail. The final score is 8-4. The Cardinals have taken the first 3 games of the series against the Sod Poodles. They improved to 5-1 on the year. The Sod Poodles fall to 1-5, the exact inverse of that one. The win is going to go to Ixan Henderson. A great outing for him. 5 innings of scoreless baseball, picked up 8 strikeouts. The loss goes to Dylan Ray. He's now 0-2 on the season. Again, the final score 8-4. If you joined us on the MILB TV side, thank you so much for joining us. Please join us again tomorrow at 7:05. If you're on the radio, stick around for the Embassy Suites and Courtyard Amarillo downtown postgame show.